So Andrew Brown, and round this one goes. So this all happened on April 21st of the year of our Lord, 2021, where the 47-year-old Andrew Brown Jr. was killed by the police serving a warrant for his arrest and to conduct a search of his residence. Now, Andrew Brown was caught selling both cocaine and the infamous lethal fentanyl-laced heroin on 2 separate occasions to undercover officers. Now, the DEA has said that after a comprehensive study by the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, the shooting, while tragic, was justified, and the officers involved will not be charged. The actions of Andrew Brown caused the deputies to use deadly force to protect themselves and others. Now, there's a huge amount of attention surrounding the case before the footage was even released to the public, with the family and lawyers doing huge press conferences, calling the situation a cold-blooded murder and a public execution, pure and simple, with members of the crowd yelling, "The streets gonna get justice. They gonna get it." With Andrew Brown just trying to flee the scene because he was scared and gunned down for no reason. With the usual race hustlers like Al Sharpton dusting off his old bone, my dusty old bones, and jumping in front of the cameras alongside BLM, Antifa, who are protesting. And by that, I really mean attacking people, breaking stuff, and burning down buildings, you know? And remember, no one had seen anything yet. Now, the footage starts when the police arrive on scene with what looks like 4 officers in the back of a pickup truck wearing tactical gear and fully armed. They box Andrew Brown in his car by driving the truck in front and quickly surrounding the car with their guns drawn and yelling for him to surrender, which he absolutely should have bloody done. I mean, if I've got 100 guns pointed at me, at some point you got to go, all right, guys, I think you got me. But unfortunately, Andrew Brown decides to ram the officers in an attempt to flee. And just a little context of the scenario: if you hit someone with a car, you are charged with assault with a deadly weapon, as the average car weighs 4,094 pounds or 1,857 kilograms, depending on where you are in the world. And that really fucking hurts when it hits you, all right? Some might say lethal. And as I said, Andrew Brown reverses and doesn't just keep going back, doesn't keep going backwards, man. That way. No, he doesn't do that, which may have altered the police's reaction. It may have. But he stops, puts the car into drive, being America, and floors the car in an attempt to ram the cops and flee, driving at and hitting one of the officers with his car, who just about are able to move out of the way. And after he breaks away, the police decides, as he was a definite danger to themselves, and most likely is going to be a danger on that bloody highway with them chasing a million miles per hour. And who knows if he kills himself or other people. They fire on the car, killing Andrew Brown, and his car comes to a stop about 100 feet up the road. Though it depends on what you view as reasonable force, doesn't it? Is it reasonable force shooting just after being rammed by what can be perceived as a deadly weapon? And that is a word salad. But that's what it is. Sorry, hard to say. Also, it comes down to whether you think that after attempting to possibly kill one or more of the police officers, and then a definite considered threat to the public after that, do they have the right to fire at the fleeing suspect or give chase? These are the options. But this is also tragic because Andrew Brown leaves behind 7 children who are all fatherless now because of his actions, it seems. His drug dealing, his living that life, rather than just putting up his hands and not ramming the police in an attempt to flee. If he did that, he would still be alive. But again, we see someone making all of the worst decisions prior and during the arrest, leading to the worst case outcome for all of those involved. Surely jail is better than death, huh? I mean, if you just put up your hands and comply, no matter how unjustified you feel the arrest is, if you just comply, tomorrow you can have your day in court and not be put in a fucking coffin.